Let's take a moment here. Now this is one calm morning. This is what fishing's all about. I say all about, not all about. Part of what fishing's about, going out nice and early like this. You can hear everything. You can hear every little bird. When you walk down the beach, you can practically hear limpets cracking along the rocks as they move around. You can hear fish. There's fish just over there. That might be a bass actually. That is a bass. Oh, and they're behind me as well. Hello. Hold on. Let me get the rod. Suddenly, I've decided to fish. I don't know why. Now the thing is, once the island starts to wake up, all this, you won't be able to hear a lot of these things, because you'll get this drone that you always get, basically from all the cars and noise. You may not notice it, you live with it all the time, but when you come out fishing, you'll notice how you won't be able to hear those tiny little things that you can hear early morning or night when there's nothing happening. Right, I need a lure. Down with that one. You never know. One to my left, I can reach that. Let's just push off on the mooring, drift out, because it's offshore, I think, the wind. What wind there is. What I want to know is, where are all the mullet? When I was younger, or a kid, you used to see thousands of mullet. That was the sort of everywhere. Whenever you saw fish like this on the surface, it was always mullet. These are not mullet though. You can see that, like I said, when they came out with the flank. But you used to always see thousands of mullet. And in the shallows, you used to get tiny little ones that used to get trapped in the pools and that. And you just don't see that anymore. I mean, mullet was so common everywhere. Another one right in front of the boat. Here we go. It's a little one. I'll get a chance to look at one. It stays on the hook, so I've got the crushed barbed hook down. Oh no, this is a mackerel. Look at that. Low tide in the bay and a mackerel. I need mackerel. No, I want mackerel. Saying that though, if you trailed at low tide in this bay, early morning, quite often you used to get really big mackerel, like not many, but sort of, you know, 2 or 3 that would weigh sort of 2.5 pounders. I haven't seen it for years though. Tell you what we can do though, we can trail a lure out, a different one, a sinking one. Let me just get stuff ready because I need to put this camera on properly because I only just shoved it in when we were checking the weather out. We'll have a little bit of a trail on the way out. Now the plan today was to go and do the pots. In fact, I'm going to try that one there. But I don't know whether to do the pots first or fish first. So I'm going to head out in the middle, see if I can spot anything out there, like birds or anything, and I'll make my decision then. I might go and fish first and do the pots later. It doesn't really make much difference today, to be honest. Let's just try cast with this without the... Because that was a top water we had, and this is just your regular plug. So they're not on the top waters, they're on ones that go under, and they're on sand eel, because that was like more of a sand eel lure. And is it mackerel again? I think it's mackerel again. You know what I was talking about? Giant mackerel that you get in the early morning? There you go, look at that. Now that is a mackerel and a half. The trouble with these things is getting... We'll keep it, it's been hooked quite... Well, it's been hooked everywhere. There you go. Hang on, let's see if I can get hold of it. Look at the size of that. That's what you call a mackerel. Fish jumping out further over as well. Right, we'll just tow this on the way out. Probably won't catch much apart from seaweed because you get a lot of weeds like this. I've got to avoid a rock somewhere around here. Almost forgot about that. If you're ever trailing in shallow water, give yourself a lot of line from the boat. It's not so bad when you're deep water, you can have less line. When you're shallow like this, you want to be quite far back from the boat. Picked up weeds, it's a bit bendy. That's a fish. I think it came off. Something grabbed it. Or it might be something on it. Something definitely grabbed it. You often find that when you reduce the speed or you speed up, either way, it forces the take. I think it might be a bit of seaweed or a bit of mackerel maybe again. Possibly garfish, they'll take it as well. The garfish tend to jump when you hook them. Seaweed maybe? That's a mackerel, it's not a very big one. It shows what you can catch with the lure. I say it's not a very big one. It's still big enough, it's just not as big as the ones we've had. The mackerel in the bay. Interesting. If you had a kayak or a small dinghy, today's the day to be out here fishing around all the rocks and things. You'd probably pick up some bass, you'd definitely pick up mackerel obviously. You might even pick up the odd longnose. I'll take this lure off because I won't use this one out there. Not to start with. Different kind of fish. Fishing. Put this little one on. Oh, it felt a bit pollacky. Because it is a pollock. Quite bad in the head, that one. Something on here, but it's not very big unless it's swimming towards me. Mackerel maybe. Small bass. Oh no, it is a mackerel. You see how big a lure a mackerel will take. It's incredible, eh? Right, doing our pots now. Heading towards slack water, so we'll get these checked. Yep, it means conger. Oh, we've got a nice crab in there though. Okay. Okay. And that's a lobster, but it doesn't look like it's got any claws. That is a clawless lobster. It's kind of on size, but let's face it. Let's put it back, eh? Little lobster. Let's get this out without. Oh, grab on. It's not a giant, but it's not bad. Keep hold of that. Tide's not too strong, like I say, it's slacking at work. I'm expecting congers because, like I say, we did have mackerel in. I'll get him out in a minute, that one. This one, oh, it certainly does. And it's one with a door on it. So, saves me popping around with that one. Here's the conger hadn't got in this one though. That's a nice one, I think. That might be too small actually. It looks big, but that could be smaller. Come on, be in. Yes, it is in. Okay, that's fine. One. I know that one's in, because that's a big one. Big male. And the last one is going to be under. The last one gets to go home. And being we've taken a couple of big ones, he's probably got a new house somewhere, which is now vacant. And there's a Robert swimming crab, angry crab. We don't take those. Not often. Sometimes for bait. Have eaten them occasionally, but they're not really worth the effort more than that. Now, let's conger out. crab. Check it, 'cause it's got a fairly big head. Yeah, just under. Brown crab. Female. It's also what you call a lantern. It hasn't changed its shell that long. Put it back. It'll only be full of water. You'll get nothing much out of it. Plus it's a female, so just must run back. It's small.